Hey guys, welcome back to another video. We are going to head and jump right into Genesis. It's only a double chapter, and it's only chapter 40 and 41, and it's pretty back to back, and it's really short. So let's just, before we get into the video, make sure to please subscribe. I really want to make people's days, go on trips to go falls or the beach and whatever, and yeah. Just talking about the godly nature we're living in, and that is the cutest, favorable thing I want to tell you guys about all my videos and always make your day. So anyway, let's just start jumping into reading chapter 40 and 41. They're both very short and it won't take long reading at all. Okay, it says, sometime later, the cupbearer and the baker, the king of Egypt, found the master, the king of Egypt. Pharaoh was angry with his officials and the chief cupbearer. The chief baker was in the custody of the house, the captain of guard, in the same prison where Joseph was confined. The captain of the guard assigned Joseph to attend to them. After he had been in custody, and for the same time, he took two men, cupbearer and breaker of the king of Egypt, who were being in prison and dreamed in the same night in each dream that had a meaning of its own. When Joseph came to the next morning, in the law they were detected. Then he asked the Pharaoh officials who were in custody with him in the master's house, "Why do you look so sad today?" "We both dreamed," they answered, "but there was no one in the temple with them." And Joseph said to them, "The information belongs to God. Tell me your dream." The chief cupbearer and told Joseph, "It's a dream." He said to me, "In my dream I saw a vine in front of me, and one vine and 3 branches, and soon a bottle soon, clover rain, and grape in Pharaoh's cup in hand. I took the grape and squeezed a Pharaoh's cup and put it in hand. And this is the meaning." Joseph said to him, "The 3 branches in the 3 days within 3. Pharaoh lifted up your hand, and restore your potion, you Pharaoh's cup in this hand, just as you used for cover, and then when I go within you. Remember me and show kindness and mention you Pharaoh to get out of prison and probably carry the land of Hebrew even here. I have done nothing observed to putting in dungeon." When chief baker saw Joseph was giving favorable interpretation, he said to Joseph, I had a dream too." And he had a word, and 3 of the baskets of the bread. The basket were all kinds of bakes of good Pharaohs, and birds were eating the basket out of the hand. This is the meaning. And Joseph says, the 3 baskets 3 days. So then you have these 3 days. And will lift in your hand and impale your body in the coal, and the birds and eat your flesh. And on the 3rd day, Pharaoh's birthday, he gave feast for the officials in the demon head, and the cupbearer and the chief baker and present officials, in restoring the chief cupbearer in position once again, and put Pharaoh's head and the impacts the chief baker. And Joseph said to them, intonation and chief cupbearer, whoever remembers that Joseph, he had forgotten him. And when 2 years had passed, Pharaoh had a dream. He was standing by Nile, and when the river came, and by 7 cows fleeing fat and gazed to the mud. After them 7 other cows, ugly gaunt, comes up to the Nile, and sit beside the river bank. The cows were ugly and gaunt, and eaten up for 7 thick fat cows. The Pharaoh woke up. He was falling asleep again. In a second dream, 7 hands of grain and wealthy and good were throwing the single thing. After them, 7 hands of grain sprouting and scorching the east winds, and the land had grain swallowed up, and 7 healthy and full of heads. The Pharaoh woke up and had been a dream. In the morning, the head and troubles of scent and measure clothing. The wise men of Egypt, Pharaoh told them in a dream. No one could interpret it for them. The chief of the cupbearer said to Pharaoh, "Today I remind you of my shortcomings." And Pharaoh is the most angry and servant and imprisoned me. And the chief baker in the house of the captain of guard, eat of the dream the same night, and each dream had a meaning of its own. Now a young Hebrew were there with us, and serving the captain of guard. I told a dream, and I served the captain of guard. And a dream, and entered them, and giving them an interpretation of his dream, and the things returned exactly towards them to us. I restored my position. The other man is impaling. And so the Pharaoh with Joseph, and when they brought the dungeon and have shared changing clothes, he came and before Pharaoh. Pharaoh said to Joseph, I have a dream and no one interpreted it. But I have heard, I said to you, when you have a dream, can you interpret it? I cannot do it. Joseph replied to Pharaoh, but I'll go with you. Pharaoh answered the desires. And Pharaoh and Joseph in a dream, standing on the Nile bank, when the river came to the cows, and fast asleep and gazing on the reeds. From them, other cows came out growing very ugly and lean. I never seen such an ugly cow in the land of Egypt. Lean, ugly cow ate up, and 7 cows came out the first when they put them on. No one could tell them they had done so. They looked so ugly as they broke before. When I woke up, my dream is 7 heads, a grain full of goods groaning, and a single stick after them. 7 heads are sprinting without turn, when scorching east winds, and when grain swallowed up 7 good heads. And I told this my nation, but none of them explained it to me. And Joseph said to Pharaoh, in a dream, Pharaohs are one and the same. God revealed to Pharaoh and what he is supposed to do. These 7 cows are 7 years have his 7 heads of grain. 7 years have no one the same, but leaving ugly, and cows can afford 7 years, 7 and 7. Were those idols and hands scorching the east wind, 7 years of famine. It's just as I said to Pharaoh, and go to Pharaoh that what he is about to do. 7 years of great abundance are coming throughout the land of Egypt. 7 years of the famine will follow him. And when all abundance in Egypt is forgotten, the famine arrive in the land, abundance in the land be remembered, because the famine follows a severe reason, and drinking and Pharaoh's attitude toward the matter have been really decided by God, and God was soon. And that Pharaoh looked in discerning the wise men and put him in charge of the land of Egypt. Pharaoh and commissioners in the land 15th harvest in Egypt during the 7 years of abundance, and shall collect a few of those good years the coming and store of the grain, another of Pharaoh, and he will cause the city to food, and shall be the severed country, and during the 7 years of the famine upon Egypt, country may be remembered to me by fable. Upon seemed glad Pharaoh's officials, and so Pharaoh asked him, you can't find anyone like this man. No one is the Spirit of God. And Pharaoh said to Joseph, this God has been made unknown to you. There is none concerning wise as you. You shall be in charge of places, and people will submit to your orders to respect the throne together than you. So Pharaoh said to Joseph, I nearby you put in charge in the whole land of Egypt. When Pharaoh took his diamond ring from his finger and put it under the finger, he had dressed in robes of the fine linen and put him glowing around the neck. He had right in a train and second in command. People shall before me, and take make a way and put in charge in the whole of Egypt. Pharaoh said to Joseph, I am Pharaoh, and without your word no one lived in Egypt. Pharaoh gave Joseph the names of Zimna and Puah, and given a daughter into his wife and throughout the land of Egypt. And Joseph 30 years into serving of Pharaoh as king of Egypt. Joseph went into Pharaoh's presence and traveling throughout Egypt. During the 7 abundance of the 11 produced faithfully and busy collecting food producing in the 7 years abundance in Egypt, and scoring to the cities each day. He puts food in growing fields and surrounding it. Joseph storing quantities of grain, making plan of seed so much, and hoping keeping corning Joseph beyond measure. People used if he may come to his 2 sons were born, as and daughter, and the name is the master said, it is because God I may forget my troubles, and all my father's household. And the second son, eating Ephraim, it says, it has come to God to make fruitful in the land of my suffering. And 7 years of abundance of Egypt came to an end, and the 7 years of the famine began. And said Joseph, he said, this is for the famine in the land, and the whole Egypt. There was food in Egypt to begin to feel in the famine, and people cried to Pharaoh for food. And Pharaoh had told the Egyptian to go to Joseph and do what he tells you. The famine would spread the whole country, and Joseph opened the seashore and sown grain in Egypt, and for the famine for 7 years throughout the Egypt. And the words come to Egypt to buy grain in Joseph, because the famine is severe everywhere. So that is double chapter 40 and 41. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next.